Hello, everyone. I wanted to provide some information to help you understand how you can complete your service hours that are a requirement of this course this semester. I can get the screen to work. There we go. So who can benefit from service projects that you'll complete your service hours? Who can benefit from your service hours? Families, programs, parents specifically, children from birth to adolescent based on the course content. Our course, some of our assignments will focus on the younger ages between 3 and 5, but our content actually goes all the way up through high school. So any of the services you decide to provide can be for children, it can be for parents, it can be for a specific program. For instance, maybe you work at a child care location or you know somebody who does and you want to help them somehow providing a service. Maybe you know somebody education within schools and you want to help them. Any of those, that's what I mean programs. Some people have also gone to other programs that they had contacts with, such as like adoption agencies or foster agencies, programs that provide meals for parents, and they provided services that way. So again, it's really wide open. When we think about child development, and as you'll see as we go through the course content, we do talk about how the community also influences a child's growth. And so you don't need to limit yourself to thinking that this is only specifically to parents or only specifically to children, okay? So I want to talk about what is not a service. So observing someone is not a service. Attending a training for your own personal growth, while that is wonderful and I encourage you to do that, that is not a service to somebody else. Researching a topic that you are interested in, but you don't share that information, again, that is your own personal growth. That is not a service to anybody else. And then for this course, babysitting will not be considered a service, even if you are doing it free for somebody. That's not going to be considered a service. So here are some examples of what is considered a service. So gathering resources for teachers that they can send to families. There are some childcare programs that are closed or have very limited enrollment, and so they're having to send information out to families. If you want to help them collect those resources or create them that could then be sent out to families for activities for them to do at home with their children, that is a service. Gathering resources that you yourself will email to families, post to social media, that kind of thing, that is a service. And then ultimately creating your own activities that you will then provide to somebody, again, is a service to people. So you'll see those first three things have the asterisks because you have to give it to somebody for it to actually become a service to them. Otherwise, again, you're only researching this for yourself. You're not actually providing a service to somebody. During this current time, and I think it's a wonderful thing to do, several of my students before decided to host interactive virtual activities. They did readings with children. They did art activities, you know, where the parents would already have the materials together, and then via Zoom or FaceTime or whatever, they hosted these little crafts and art activities. They also, like I said, did virtual readings and story times. That is also a service that you can provide. And then ultimately, if you're able to get into a program, you can volunteer at a program, again, free. You're not getting paid for it. And that could be a service also, as long as that program meets one of those previous categories that we talked about before that somehow or another relates to children, parents, families, that kind of thing. However, if you decide to go to a program, number one, it's your decision. Number two, please, please, please make sure that you are following the safety and health guidelines that are currently in place. So you might have decided to start at the beginning of the semester at a program because you were able to, and then things change in the environment where you are, and so you have to finish your service hours another way. That is okay. All 20 of your service hours do not have to be focused on one topic or be completed in one way. You can complete them in multiple different ways. So here's just an example of what a student, when she was emailing the information to a teacher that she had previously worked with. And so she was just saying, you know, I'm in this class, I've gathered these resources on this topic, and I'm attaching them to this email for you. And so obviously I took out her name. Her name was not Susie Smith. But I'll talk more about how you present what you do with your the service that you've done in your final project. But I just want to show you that once you've gathered the information, you don't have to do a whole bunch to get it to the families. You can do a simple email, for instance, how this one was. Another example is I had a student who she didn't have a specific program in mind, and what she did is she went to a Facebook group and she posted all this information, and so it definitely reached a lot of people, and that was a service to her community that she did. And so you can see here she gives a little background on what she had to do and why she was doing it. And so then she had some information here for fifth graders. And so she found this link. She also found a website, and this is actually one of the websites that I have listed on the page in Canvas for you too. On the Week of the Young Child, she has that. But then if I had the whole post here, you would see she had multiple different things for children of different ages and for parents, and some of which she created and some of which she found. She collected all the information and then put it together in this post. So she's providing a service to her community by letting them know about these different resources that are available that they can use with their children. So for your 20 hours, oops, let me see here if I can move my camera. It looks like it's blocking some of it. There we go. You have to complete 20 hours. These 20 hours can be completed by locating the resources, creating the resources, and a short amount of the time can be for sending and posting the resources. You can't tell me that it took 5 hours for you to send 2 emails or to post 2 posts to social media. That's not okay. Not okay at all. How much time am I going to allow for video, or I'm sorry, for emails or for posting to social media? That depends. I would say, though, if you're going to say that it took you more than 30 minutes to send an email or to post something to social media, you should contact me about that first. And you're going to need to be able to explain why it took more than that time, because typing up an email and posting something does not take that long. Time that definitely cannot count towards your 20 hours is completing your final course assignment. This is an assignment you have to do. So actually putting everything together in that final assignment does not count as service hours because you're doing that for your grade. Time that you took watching this video that I created and the other videos that I created all about service learning does not count as part of your 20 hours. And then time that you spent doing any of those previous activities that I said don't count, such as babysitting, going to professional development for yourself, that kind of thing, does not count as service hours either. Okay? You will have to document the 20 hours that you've completed of service in your final assignment. More information about that will be posted in Canvas in our course. But for now, I just want you to understand what those 20 hours how you can complete those 20 hours. Having a hard time switching this slide, aren't I? Let's try this. There we go. So if you have questions, let me know. Ask me, send me an email, come to office hours, ask if we can make an appointment if office hour times don't work. You know, you can call, that kind of thing. I am here to help. And so again, the goal of this short video was just to kind of give you an overview. I know that some people are better when they hear things versus when they read it. Perhaps also by reading what I've posted on Canvas and watching this video, you can really get a good understanding of what it's going to mean for you to complete your 20 hours of service. I just want to stress that the way you complete your 20 hours might be different than the way that somebody else that you know within the class completes their 20 hours, and that is okay. Because you each are going to be providing service to a different group, a different population of people, children, families, and the focus of your service could also be very different. Saying that, I'm going to skip back real quick. You can see here this person said that she did some gathered resources on recycling. That was a topic she decided to focus on. Over on this one, she had interactive games, and then she also had different activities such as music, working together, art, family time, that kind of thing. So the topic that you decide to focus on, finding resources or creating things, if that's what you're going to do as a way to provide your service, can be varied. And so I suggest that you go ahead and start looking through our course content and see, oh, you know what, I'm really interested in physical development. Maybe I'm going to find some good activities and resources for parents to understand what they can do with their children right now, you know, because maybe they're inside or they're limited where they can do. Or maybe you might be really, really interested in social and emotional well-being of both parents and families. In children, so 3, and that's okay. So you might decide that you want to find information on that and have suggestions, and you might want to provide that to, you know, maybe a specific program that you have a contact with. Again, that is okay. And that's what I meant when I say that how you spend your 20 hours and the service you provide and the focus of that service that you provide will be different than maybe what your peer does. So again, if you have any questions, let me know. My email and my phone number is posted in our course, so please reach out and let me know. Have a great day. Bye-bye.